This is her last statement. That by way of Dokibird, formerly Selene Tatsuki of Nijisanji English, before her termination from that agency last week. Now achieving over 534,000 YouTube subscribers. This coming after an Apex Legends stream yesterday. Dokibird after saying, "Thank you for coming to the stream. It was nice to just play a game and just live in the moment. I won't be doing the second stream tonight since I haven't slept yet. Good night, everyone." During that stream, Dokibird playing with good friend Gummy, alongside with meeting up with an old friend, Nico.
Dokibird, wait. Real?
That self-described first-person shooter extraordinaire after saying, "Really appreciate the games today, Dokibird and Gummy. You guys actually made Apex really fun. Much love to the communities as well. I appreciate the crazy raid and love the energy as well." Dokibird in her chat after the stream saying, "Thank you for coming and hanging out with me. I really needed it. I wanted it to be neutral and private, but now the whole world is involved. So thank you for giving your support." That in response to this stream, a message from Nijisanji English, hosted by Niji En Liver Alira Pandora, addressing the termination of Selene Tatsuki. Dokibird this morning now responding to what was said on that stream, saying, "I was ready to move on. I had made my last statement, and I haven't looked at anything regarding my past for a full week. I didn't look at anything regarding legal documents or anything regarding my situation since I moved back to Doki. I wanted to be hopeful for the future and never interact with that side again. So to see it all come back and reopen a wound that I was ready to heal from and have to talk to my lawyer again on how to respond." During that stream hosted by Alira, she was joined by other livers including Vox Akama and Ike Evelyn. Those three stating that Selene Tatsuki had sent to Nijisanji documentation which included their private information. Alira Pandora mentioning that it even alluded to her location of residence, alongside that of other Nijisanji English livers Millie Parfait and Anna Alouette. Further, Vox Akama alleged that he was recorded without his knowledge. Dokibird going on to say, "The document mentioned was at first made to document my thoughts in history with evidence so that my lawyer can see the general picture of what was going on, and if there were issues that should be addressed. It was first made during my darkest time mentally, and I wrote everything on my mind little by little at that time. I made the document thinking that it was never going to be public to anyone but to my lawyer, although it was a document filled with my personal information as well as privacy information that should not be public. There were no other addresses or specific locations mentioned. Regarding a recording, this was not intended to be anything other than a distribution test for planning of a collaborative event between two people, which happened to be left over from one test recording, and I never recorded any other conversations with anyone. The recording was never shown anywhere, even in a legal setting, and there are no other records. However, I regret that it was mentioned, and I am sorry to all parties affected for the misunderstanding in this." Dokibird continuing on saying, "I requested that I just wanted to move on. Sometimes I didn't hear anything for days from the lawyers on the other side and felt like I'd be alone and isolated for a long time. It made it so hard for me mentally. And then on February 5th, my lawyer discussed and said it will be best to show the document I wrote to the other lawyers, as we have not heard from them for a week or any negotiation talks or given a meeting to discuss after my request to part ways. It was never intended to be used for anything else. I've asked my lawyer to convey that and have communication that the document as it was written wasn't going to be released anywhere, and my lawyer did so when sending the document. Less than 2 hours after my lawyer sent the document, the termination notice came out. I was very shocked, but thought that was the last time I will hear or think about the document, and that this, personally and in my own opinion, was the end of the lawyers and legal involvement. All of the communication was done between lawyers in Japanese. Things are not black and white, and everything gets more complicated and muddled when lawyers are involved in a different country. When things are conveyed to multiple parties through different degrees of communication, everything turns into different narratives and different translations. I thought it was over, and I've accepted what happened and was ready to move on. Everything I posted to the public about the situation was in response. If this was all for from a month ago, it would have been different, as I was angry, but I was also very alone in my head. But it's not a month ago, and I've accepted it. I wanted it to be neutral and private, but now the whole world is involved, and the public is watching every step that happens. And now a quick warning for viewers. A more serious topic is ahead. Viewer discretion is advised. Doki Bird continuing, I am not perfect, and I have faults. I had to watch my dad cry and break down in front of me for the first time in my life last night. Despite everything that has happened, please show kindness to all parties involved. There are real people behind the monitors. One of the reasons why I wanted this to be private is that the internet can be a cruel place, and I knew this would happen the moment this type of notice drops. What I didn't reveal to anyone, and only my parents and therapists knew, was that it was not one attempt, but two, which happened a few weeks after the first. My parents found me in time after searching for me for hours before anything happened. I was in a really dark place, and I do not wish this to anyone. No one should go through what I went through. I reveal this now, not for pity, but to state that no life, no matter what, should be risked for ego or winning anything. There are no winners in this. Please don't make it like high school. Treat everyone like adults and with some empathy and kindness. For those who wish to see receipts or documents or anything else, hoping I will reveal them, I'm sorry, but these are the things that should be private and, if needed, between lawyers. Revealing private documents and talking about the details within will only make things worse and more complicated as outside parties get involved and will just hurt everyone. No one deserves to be pushed over the edge. So many people have got hurt and involved, even if they were innocent bystanders. In the end, I will always be here to respond, and that is the only thing I will do in public. I hope this will be the last statement I have to make. Doki Bird further going on to provide a Japanese translation for Japanese fans, saying for any discrepancies found in the Japanese version, please refer to the English version. This all while things are looking brighter and brighter for Doki Bird. This VTuber confirming she has ordered her silver play button from YouTube, and this week has collabs planned alongside VTubers like Amatsuki Uto, old friend Ditto, and then after Usan. While today Doki Bird is celebrating the birthday of her dog, that being Doki Amber Doge, or just Dad for short. Amber receiving fan artwork like this one from Shard saying Doggo Borf Day, alongside this piece from Ann Owlette bringing us the big day. And perhaps or perhaps not related, we have iBuyPower out here with something big is coming, showing this animation of a contract being signed and saying it's official. iBuyPower being the owners of the Height brand, who had recently discontinued their business with Nijisanji, bringing us over to Kima, their marketing executive producer, seen here asking, what are we thinking? Then as the Doki Gallery expands with this Burb is greater than dragon artwork from Daku, this Lunar New Year piece from Solemn, remarking rough start so far, but here's to hoping we can still have a great year. Well, we also have this Doki Bird animated emote, Tiny Tony Bean saying because F 'em, you deserve the world, Dragoon's always got your back. As now we're back to Alira Pandora. That a message from Nijisanji English stream, now being her most viewed stream with 1 million views. And if third-party extensions are to be believed, that particular stream receiving a great number of dislikes. As here now we have Gigi saying, did you know we became mutuals over Xenoblade? Don't care, bye. Taking the screenshot showing that yes, Alira Pandora and this artist are mutuals on Twitter, or at least they were, for this artist went on to block Alira. Saying further, I thought long and hard about it all day long. Never blame the talents, but I cannot justify even if they're held at gunpoint to make a statement, or even if they're held prisoner with a Japanese work visa. Morally, the whole situation does not sit well with me. I'm done. I don't care if I'm mutuals with certain people. What I care about was someone I know would have been gone for good. This whole situation is effed up. Any Color only cares about saving face. This whole thing is effed up, dropping this on the same day of her new life. One last comment about the Niji stuff. I knew some of these livers past lives, and it adds up too well. Clicks exist, and a good chunk of it got into that company. This artist also saying to Doki Bird, my heart goes out to you, Doki. I got teary-eyed reading this. We all got your back. You're strong. And now on to another topic from that Nijisanji English stream. This one addressed by Vox Akama, having stated that Selene was reprimanded by management 3 separate times. Once for a Fall Guys tournament, which management had canceled. Another time for an art contest that Selene Tatsuki had intended to pay for out of her own pocket, also initially being canceled by management, with Vox mentioning a third instance. This clarified by TBS viewers yesterday on stream, stream. That being from these two tweets from May of 2023. Selene stating, missed a deadline by 1 hour from staff to participate in a voice pack that I know a lot of my fans would want. Sorry in advance, Dragoons. Really upset at myself since I didn't check my messages and had 1 day to respond back. I really need to step it up and have been slacking. Days like this, I wish I'm allowed to hire an assistant when I get overwhelmed, so I have someone to kick me into gear. P.S. Reply with photos of your pets here. Want to see some cute stuff to cheer me up since I'm blah at myself. Those tweets apparently leading to Selene to be reprimanded from management. Now graduated liver from Nijisanji English Pomo Rainpuff at one time on stream, stating that voice packs are the best way to support them, as the VTubers themselves get the biggest cut out of any type of actual commerce with Nijisanji. And we also have this tweet by Vox, quote, retweeting that stream announcement and saying, thank you for your patience. The situation has been incredibly hard on all of us. We're going to share as much as we can in the stream, so please come and watch if you can. This tweet now being community noted. Attempting to clarify, saying Vox's accusation of Selene recording him is not a crime since Canada is a one-party consent country. In response to this, members of the community have deemed Vox is acting with malice. And also receiving a new community note is another tweet from that same night by Nijisanji English. This tweet effectively saying that Nijisanji did not violate the law when they had forwarded on those documents from Selene intended only for her lawyer and their lawyers. Those documents then being forwarded from Nijisanji to certain livers mentioned in the documents. This tweet receiving a new community note stating the liver in question, Selene, on her new account as DokiBird, has confirmed that she was promised the information would only be shown to lawyers as it was an HR complaint. Sharing this information without consent may be a violation. And now we return to yet another point from that stream, as very quickly, selective screenshots between Selene and her manager were shown. This particular message from her manager again confirming why her music video was taken down on Christmas Day, stating since the video included ex-livers, it will cause more time for me to get confirmation. That music video posted up on Christmas Day by Selene showing ex-livers, including Mr. Rias and Nina Kosaka. That very quickly bringing us over to Nijisanji English's Maria Marionette, today tweeting out new cover premiere, my biggest cover collab yet. Found this song a while ago and I instantly fell in love with it. I chose the members who I thought would fit this cover the most. This being a long talked about cover involving not only current members of Nijisanji English, but also an ex-liver, that being Pomo Rainpuff, who had graduated from the agency last month. This particular cover song expected to be posted up with no issues, as many viewers are hoping that management was given enough time to approve it. And now further along, we have this information coming in from Tinfoil, stating, I have this in the tank for later, but I think now is a good time. Do you know about the job listing for a minimum wage, part-time Nijisanji English content quality staffer? If you didn't know about it, buckle up. This one's a ride. Linking out to this job listing for a VTuber English supervision part-time job. Tinfoil continuing on with, so basically any color posted this job listing for a part-time quality control type of person who will be responsible for ensuring digital product quality, including videos, voice packs, stuff like that. Sounds reasonable, right? Let's look at what kind of hire they're looking for. The desired qualifications include native level Japanese, alongside Korean and Chinese skills being a plus, alongside daily conversational level English. And regarding pay, that runs at the minimum wage in Tokyo, set on a 3-month contract at the office and a preference of 5-hour days for 3 days a week. So this being a minimum wage part-time job. However, the only applicants that will be considered are high school, university, and trade school students that will graduate after March of 2025. Tinfoil surmising, so Any Color wants students who can only sort of understand English to be paid a minimum wage, part-time job to screen Nijisanji English's digital content. This listing is a bit of an enigma. What kind of ideas and processes lead to a job description like this? Tinfoil giving this preemptive response to the most reasonable take that it's a student recruiting pipeline thing, asking, you're trusting possible troubles this causes to be addressed efficiently by the same senior management that brought you, waving arms at everything, all of this. And also pulling back the curtain is Loken, who very humbly calls himself the smartest game-making VTuber in the world, having released the title Hospital 666 on Steam, and further sharing, Nijisanji sent me an email. They want to stream my game. Loken, on a video on his YouTube channel, not only sharing this email from Nijisanji asking for permission to stream and monetize the game, but Loken also stating due to recent events, he has rejected this permission to AnyColor, while saying to any other VTuber agency, they have full permissions. And that's not all from AnyColor today, as we have their billionaire CEO recently appearing on a 6.5-minute video entitled Addressing Your Concerns in response to the termination of Celine Tatsuki, now himself being the subject of numerous memes. Modeler Kevin X giving us this Addressing Your Concerns animation for a VTuber model. Alongside this one making its rounds, Ruffians, there's been a misunderstanding. But what is not misunderstood is the AnyColor Incorporated stock continues to fall and fall, in the last day dropping 2%. And speaking of AnyColor, we have this rainbow that illustrating all of the Nijisanji English talents losing subscribers in February. Tens of thousands of subscribers still being lost over the last 24 hours, except for one liver, that being Nijisanji English's Scarla Yonaguni, self-described as Nijisanji English's Midnight Waffle House Oshi, and being the only liver in the past 10 days to gain any subscribers. This intended to be a very big week for Scarla, as not only would she be celebrating Valentine's Day with her community, but coming up this weekend, she would also be celebrating her birthday. This notice of Scarla Yonaguni birthday goods being from last year, as the Nijisanji English official account has not made any announcements for new goods regarding this year's birthday. Scarla potentially gaining subscribers from those who saw her potentially fighting back against the precedent set by other Nijisanji English livers this past week, as Scarla had hearted a comment on one of her videos that simply said Kuro Sanji. That like and heart later being removed, and some speculating it was simply a misclick, as Scarla does heart a number of her comments, but she doesn't like all of them as she did with this one. This, as some were worried that some of her VODs were being taken down off of her channel. But in fact, those missing streams seen here were simply streams that Scarla never went live with, meaning there would be no VOD of any kind anyway. Further along, it was noticed on her channel any upcoming streams had their chat disabled, and within the descriptions on her video, she had a link out to a voice pack. That link then giving a 404 on the Nijisanji English official store, making many wonder if her merchandise was being removed. In actuality, there is simply a different updated website address alongside physical goods still available to be ordered. However, concerns for Scarla did not end there, as last night Scarla was not just late for her membership stream, but she didn't show up for it at all. And further, she did not show up for her public stream that was slated for later. While thousands were waiting to see if that stream ever went live, fellow Wave member Nijisanji English's Renzoto would tweet out this message, which simply had a red heart. Many viewers wondering if that was intended to be a signal about Scarla. Ren going on to delete that tweet and then making this one saying Happy Valentine's Day everyone with a red heart letter. Some viewers still wondering if that was also concerning Scarla. So that tweet then being deleted, and Renzoto making this tweet Happy Valentine's Day and giving a green heart. And then, like the Where is Celine hashtag before it, hashtag Where is Scarla would begin to trend. One user stating, I'm not waiting a effing month this time, hashtag Where is Scarla. Another stating, you are not doing this again. You will not subject Scarlings the same thing you had subjected us Dragoons to again. While another comment would say, let's all calm down. It might not be the same thing. There must be a reason why she did not stream today. It can't be the same, right? Let's wait for the company announcement. Me when puffing copium. This in itself leading to a meme or two. Others looking for any signs from Scarla, including her most recent tweet that read, what is the furry equivalent for liking tentacles/spiders and or robots? Is it just monster fucker then? Leading to this tweet, where is my Gap Moe monster fucker VTuber Kuro Sanji? Hashtag where is Scarla? That leading us over to Irish Wolfhound VTuber Krusha Kron, tweeting out here, just letting people know, hashtag where is Scarla? I just got off a call with her. She's staying with Mama Goonie and will be away from the internet for a little while. She is not in any form of trouble, and I am posting this here for the Scarlings to hear it from me. She will be back soon. These two VTubers holding a 15-minute call, with the Wolfhound showing off what he was intending to tweet out. Scarla saying, saying in response, "Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'll talk to you soon." Krusha Kron stating further, "I've been friends with Scarlett for years before she joined Nijisanji and will always have her back. She's only away now for her own mental health and not any other reason. Just know that she is safe and I will be in contact with her whenever she needs me. Let me clarify some things before I return to hiatus. I'm only posting here because I care about Scarlett and know the Scarlings wanted to know she was okay. She needs some time away and I'm alleviating some of her concerns so you can get that time. When I say she is not in any trouble, I mean she is healthy and also that she is free to return to streaming and posting whenever she wants to. But as her friend, I have advised her to take all the time she needs to feel better mentally before she returns. I hope by posting from here, it would clear any suspicion of anyone else interfering with my words. I ask you to please not speculate anything more and simply send all the love and well wishes Scarlett's way until she can be with you all again. Good night. Hashtag hugs for Scarlett." 5 minutes later, Nijisanji English liver Folger Ovid also tweeting out hashtag hugs for Scarlett, followed 20 minutes later by Aster Arcadia of Nijisanji English. Scarlett also sending out this chat and pinning it saying, "I'm terribly sorry for worrying everyone. I've been off social media all day today and I forgot about the waiting rooms. I promise I'm okay. I'll see you all tomorrow." As very lastly with Nijisanji English today, we have Kyo Kaneko. This past weekend, debuting Chibi Kyo 2.0 and now posting his last schedule. This Nijisanji English liver set to graduate this Friday, February 16th. This after releasing a brand new original song alongside Finana Ryugu and later an a cappella version. Artist Marie here saying, "Hello. I once again had the honor of working with Finana, this time for her new original song Distant with Kyo. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Please join me in looping this song," showing off this full image that was teased before the release of the song. Oh, well, very quickly we have V-Shoujo's K-san tweeting out, "I was truly honored to be invited to Comic-Con in Alabama, where I was told I was the most responsible one for the English VTubing scene. Now I'm back in Japan and WTF is this? Our VTuber industry is all about having fun with respect. Where is the respect? Where is the fun?" That as we are now 12% complete with 2024, and what a year it has been. As we'd like to give a very quick thank you to Miko Amai saying, "So, was experimenting, so I drew false ID while listening to his news last night. Enjoy." As that is all for this episode, as always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe below. Send in your VTuber news to our Discord, and we'll have more things VTubers say for you soon.
Die in silence.